I'm putting together this video to kind of show what I did to replace my front evaporator coil in my Dodge Grand Caravan, which is the same thing as Chrysler Town and Country. Now this is a 2008 model, and I did have the service manuals, but it's quite a bit of work. So this is the end result, and you can pretty much see everything is disassembled and pulled out. And there was another video where a guy showed it disassembled, and so I just kind of wanted to highlight what was some of the things I had to do. So first thing is when you're doing this, you're gonna have like these side pillars, and you're gonna have to pull that all off and expose all the screws. You're gonna have to take apart paneling in the back all along there, and it comes out. Now if you have the service manual, it'll help you get to a certain degree, but then it'll have like a section where it says remove the instrument panel. Well, that's what exactly does that mean? So you'll see these major bolt holes, and you'll see that they're all kind of here strategically in places. And if I come out here, you'll see this gigantic metal frame, and basically this has to come out, but of course that just doesn't come straight out. You have to disassemble other pieces all along the way. Like for example, there's this molding here that's directly underneath the dash. So once you get all the dash pieces off, you've got to take loose probably about 200 screws. And I'm not joking, there's probably like 200 screws. Come over here, you can look and you can kind of see them. And you got to get all that paneling off. And then, but you can't get it all in one shot. So you have to take the steering column out. So after you get like some of it pulled apart, you got to take the steering column out. It's not that bad. It's there's a bunch of connectors and a bolt, and several nuts, to detach it. You have to take your shifter out, and if you've got I really highly recommend you get the service manual for this, because there's all sorts of little bolt holes, where things are all kind of lined up, and then plus the shifter cable here, where it all slides off, and the manual kind of covers to a certain extent what to do. And the thing is, if you get the PDFs like I got online and bought them, then there's different PDFs you have to reference in order to get to everything. And then as you go to start testing, seeing, okay, did I get it all, you really need to be gentle, because it should just come out if you've got every single screw. And of course you've got all sorts of things with the wiring harness that's all routed on it, and so and then once you get the whole unit out here, which there's a bolt there, and then there's your line connections, and then a few other things, it'll come out. And this is basically what it looks like. I pulled it apart because my evaporator coil has a hole in it, and you can kind of see where some of the glowing oil has stained it. And then once I get the new coil in and the new expansion valve, I'll put that all back together. It goes in first, and then once I have it in there, then you have to start making sure you get some of the vents kind of pre-staged, and then get the metal framework in there. And you don't want to like fully get it in there. You want to kind of like have it sort of there, and then start routing everything. Now this is the first time I've ever done it, so I'm really not looking forward to putting it together, because obviously there's it's going to be easier said than done. But I thought those little things would help you. Now it took me 2 evenings to get to this point, so I probably got 6 hours into it just here for what I took apart. And I imagine I'm going to have another 6 hours putting it together, and I'm sure if you're working at a dealer, you'd probably do it in less time than that. But anyways, all right.